Presentation started. Good evening. My name is Gary Vogan with Kaiser Vogan Design. Hope everybody's doing well. Thank you for your time tonight. We have myself, in addition to our design team and consultants as part of this project, we have a member of the planning staff on the call as well. Looks like we have one participant from the community on the call. So we, as a firm, along with our consultants, are submitting a planned development PUD subdivision for the Meridian Complex in Cool Springs, Franklin. And with that submittal, we are required to hold a neighborhood meeting to the public of people within 500 feet of this property. So that is why you get that notice. This meeting is being recorded and will be sent to the city as well, so anyone can watch this at any time. So again, welcome. This is about the Meridian campus in Cool Springs. So really, we're looking at this portion of Meridian, and I'll zoom a little context here to show where we are. We are looking at this property in the red line as part of the Meridian campus which is south of the existing Meridian campus with the Tupelo Honey, along Curlers Parkway, a mix of office, retail, and restaurants in the current Meridian campus. On this side of the campus, there exists today 2 office buildings that are brown, which are office 1 and 2 Meridian, and then the Hilton Hotel in the middle, and a structured parking and surrounded by surface parking. We are coming to the city to request a couple things. One is we'd like to add 14,000 square feet of retail commercial use with ancillary amenities as part of that. This package, but we're also asking for a parking reduction as part of this project, as well as modifications for standards of signage and wayfinding as part of this project. So Meridian has been very successful in terms of being a mixed-use project. We really just want to kind of invest in this and make it more positive, add more signage, add more retail, mixed-use components as part of the project, and bring this into a zoning change, because currently this is zoned as regional commerce, 12-story. We are rezoning this to PD Plan District only to the fact that we are asking for modification of standards for parking reduction and signage. So that kicks us into a PD rezoning effort that requires this meeting. So I'll zoom into this. This is the current zoning of the project. As I mentioned, we are along Corporate Center Drive, Curlers Parkway, and Cool Springs Boulevard, and I-65 to the west. We are zoned RC12 commercial, which is basically everything in this area is pretty much that zoning. We are asking to be rezoned to PD Plan District, which allows for a mix of uses and these modifications of standards for signage and parking. Back to the site plan, this shows kind of the animation of we'd like to bring in a 10,000 square foot retail restaurant at the corner of Corporate Center Drive and Curlers Parkway, pushed up to the street, displace some parking at the building, add some amenities, as well as that structure. And then at the terminus of Corporate Center Drive, add another 4,000 square foot building. These are both 1-stories buildings with ancillary amenities as well. Just really trying to activate the campus in addition to what the campus already holds true, just building on that success. You can see the existing Meridian office buildings in brown and the hotel and the existing parking deck. So just adding this 14,000 square feet of commercial space. Zooming in just a little closer, we're along Curlers Parkway here, Corporate Center Drive. There's an existing Simmons Bank, which is off the property, not part of this development. I just want to show context. Again, the amenity event lawns, outdoor space that just bring activity to these uses as part of these construction of these projects. And then the surrounding hotel and office adjacent that. Next, I'll just show you kind of how this sits in 3D. Sometimes plans are just a little bit tough to understand reading plan view. So we just want to show some snapshots of how this building configuration works along the streetscape and the existing buildings. So again, we're showing the 2 buildings here along Compass Way and Corporate Center Drive, 10,000 square foot building here, 4,000 here, existing office and hotel here. So just bird's eye views of how these buildings are located on the site. Again, 10,000 square foot restaurant, outdoor open space, seating, chairs, event lawn, things of that nature to kind of animate that space along Corporate Center Drive. And then the second building being the 4,000 square foot building at the terminus of Compass Way and Corporate Center Drive with the outdoor amenity. And then the office and hotel existing adjacent to the site. You know, the unique opportunity here is to bring amenities to these buildings. All the retail restaurant is in the Meridian campus solid in terms of the north. Bringing these uses closer to these office buildings just animates the space and allows walkability between both campuses and the mixed use elements. Just another snapshot, look in the other direction. Corporate Center here and Carruthers Parkway to the top of the page, the two buildings, one story in the space. A zoom in of the 4,000 square foot building. Here, again, we are showing just conceptual architecture at this time. As we move into future stages, working with planning staff and the Alderman and Planning Commission, we show more detailed architecture, but this shows kind of the massing and scale we're denoting here, moving through this project. Just another animated view of the building types and locations and the overall campus opportunity here. The 10,000 square foot restaurant building, and then the 4K building in the background along Corporate Center Drive and Carruthers Parkway. So as I mentioned, we have modification of standards, one of them being signage. Signage in the city of Franklin is prescribed by the zoning ordinance, and there's certain things you can and can't do in terms of size, height, scale, massing, logos. We would like to bring something unique in terms of branding, wayfinding, just an experience to the campus, give it that identity. We see this in many successful communities throughout the Southeast and elsewhere. Just animate the streetscape, provide opportunities for lighting, signage, fountains, just animation of the canvas and just rebranding of the project itself. So we have to ask the Planning Commission and Mayor and Board of Aldermen to review these standards and either accept or deny these options as we so present them. So this is just something that's part of the package as well, just to animate the campus, just ideas and concepts. We'll be refining these and work with the city staff to kind of move forward on this as well. I don't have a plan for it, but the second MOS that's stated at the bottom end of this page is for parking. We are asking for a reduction of parking. And, you know, the benefit of a mixed use project is we have so much parking for these two office buildings. And I'll go back to the plan. We have so much parking available to us for these two uses, be 4,000 square foot and 10,000, that we are more than ample parking spaces here, given this was overparked in the past. The standards were very high at the time for parking demands for office and mixed office at that time. But having mixed uses for retail, restaurants, hotel, and office, the shared parking spaces work tremendously. So we're amply parked for these uses, and we have studies to back that up that have to be submitted to the city of Franklin as well. So we have the traffic impact study that was also provided, shared parking analysis, in addition to the signage modification of standards. So all those elements are being reviewed by the city as well. So speaking of review, this is kind of the process we have to go through. We have to hold the neighborhood meeting, which is tonight. We are going to go before joint conceptual workshop, which is planning commissioners, mayor and board of aldermen, to get their feedback on all the things presented here in terms of building placement, signage, parking, traffic. Get some feedback from them on the 14th, go to the planning commission on the January 25th of 24. We are hopefully obtain approval of recommendation from them to move on to the mayor and board of aldermen, who then vote on this as well. So there's many public meetings that are being held in addition to this one, if you so decide to attend. So the mayor and board would be the final vote, voting on all conditions of approval for modifications, as well as site plan, parking, and traffic. So that kind of concludes my presentation about this project, and I'll open the floor for, I think Phil is on the call. Chelsea, I think, is the only person on the call. So I'll allow you to speak, Phil, if you have any questions about what we talked about. Phil, are you there? You have any questions? Just want to check.
I'm here. You did fine. I just was curious what was going on. You did. Thank you very much.
Oh yeah, no, appreciate your time. Thank you. So you were good?
Yep.
Okay, well, I think that's all we have, Chelsea, in the chat session and people online. in terms of questions. I'll close it out if you're okay with that.
Sounds great.
Appreciate you, Chelsea. Thank you. Thanks,
No
everybody.
problem. Thank you guys.
Have a good evening. Thanks, everybody, for being on the call. Appreciate you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chelsea.
Thank you, Mark.
Thanks, Gary.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you for attending. We'll download the recording and get this in everybody's hands. Appreciate your time.